A Snorlax is blocking the way. This content is brought to you in association with my buddies over at Jam Jam Cards UK. You can find the links to the eBay store and the Facebook page in the description. So we are ready and waiting for Jam to come pick us up. A suitably miserable day here in the UK, of course. Nice and rainy and disgusting overhead. To be fair, you kind of get used to it and kind of take a liking to it. It gets a bit weird when it gets sunny. Bit of our comfort zones. You might notice a difference in the quality of the video. I don't know how well it will translate once it's all rendered out, but I've got a new phone, so everything is looking a hell of a lot smoother, at least when I'm recording, so fingers crossed it translates that way. Anyway, we're off to Locals, Manascrew in Northampton, as it always is. Obviously, we'll be meeting some of the lads for some breakfast beforehand. At least I bloody hope so. I can't cope without it. Yeah, we're taking Tri-Zoo. We're getting towards the tail end of the format. Part of me kind of hopes the deck gets hit in some way, because then it's an excuse to play something else. But whilst it's the best deck in the room, there's no reason to play anything else. Hello, Bertie. The pug's coming. You good? So, yes, waiting. Let's see how we get on. Here he is, in the Dadmobile itself. Zoom. He's so stylish, look at him. It's fucking eggs. It's fucking eggs.
Protein, doesn't it?
At least it's not water, I go with that.
It's my preference.
Just look at him, man. He's so majestic. Look at him. All on his own. So we are ready and waiting for round one. Obviously arrived at Manascrew Locals in Northampton. Yeah, just waiting to see what happens. Most of the usual faces, a few new ones actually as well, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, overall looking like more of the same, so let's see how we get on. So it's actually straight after round two. Round one went to time, round two also went to time. One of those don't normally happen, but there you go. Round one we played against Mech Knight Orcust with some Invoked splashed in, something like that. Was it Orcust? I don't know. They play some Orcust cards, don't they? Might have just been Mech Knight Invoked. Anyway, that one was, let's say we went into time. I won, but we were about to go into time. He made a couple of misplays, which cost him. Round two, we ended up on a draw. We played against PK Fire. Deck was really solid. Game one, he did really well. It's Thomas, who you might have seen in the background a few times in the videos. He played really well, so very pleased to see that. Normally I give him grief, but there you go. Yeah, he played well. Game one, he slapped me. Game two, I probably shouldn't have won. I used his eyes and drew the one card I kind of needed to get me out of the situation. It worked. And then game three, unfortunately, went to time. I tried to make Warbow to poke for time, couldn't do it, and it ended up as a draw. So we are one win and one draw at the moment after round two. So we're round three down. We played against Dragon Link. Game one, I was going second. He sets 2 and passes. I didn't know it was Dragon Link, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Set 2 pass. I can play through that. Rivalry. One out in the deck today. We actually decided to play Dusters for the fun of it, and that was not the card that we saw, so rest in peace. We lost that one. And then number 2, we did a little bit of stuff, set like 4, because I had to set up like all my hand traps basically, which sounds weird, I know, but there was logic in the madness. But yeah, I didn't see anything, and hand traps probably wouldn't have helped me there anyway, so it was irrelevant. So unfortunate loss, so we are 1-1-1 after round 3. So if we can win the other 2, we've got a good chance of getting in still, but I think any more losses and we're pretty much out. So round 4 down, we've got one more to go in Swiss. We played against Tenyi. Bit of a weird one. Fortunately, most of our good stuff doesn't target, so we don't have to worry too much. The bits like access code talking can be a little bit tricky, but he's big enough that you don't really have to worry. There was 1 or 2 cards that were a little bit tricky, like the Berserker guy, but for the most part, it's pretty bread and butter. So, yeah, nice win there. So we're 2-1-1. So if we win the final one, we should be able to get into the cut. It'll be interesting to see where we get on, though, because it's quite a... I mean, we have a big locals, and it's usually full of very good players with very good decks. So hopefully enough to get us over the line. Definitely get a bit lethargic with the deck at the moment, because it's a bit boring, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully the new format brings something new, but until then we soldier on, and hopefully will get us into the top cut. So we finish with a win. Round 5 goes our way. We play against like a kind of time thief weird deck, kind of a weird one. It's got like mixtures of like a small Dragon Link type package, and they're not like full on, but like enough to take advantage of that weird like dark synergy or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure there was a rhyme or reason to it. He was doing okay. Obviously he lost to me, so he ended up X2. So he was X1 before that, so I must have been doing something right. I've played against him before. I don't really get it, but I seem to have good matchups against this. That's fine. Most of the other guys are on X1. I think 2 of us are X2. So 3 of us should get into the top cut, including myself. All going well. Although you never know, because I don't know what everyone else's results are, but I'm pretty confident we get in on X1-1. So fingers crossed. So we'll see after the next round, I guess, or you'll see me opening packs if it's all gone horribly wrong. Right, let's see what we get. Rubbish.
And then you become what they call a functional alcoholic.
Rubbish.
So we can't buy from Tesco, we have to work in the other. It's more expensive. Hello!
More rubbish. Am I going to get 4 packs of all bloody supers? Almost certainly. It's going to be life, isn't it? Wow.
Yes, be more like
It's not going to be an out either. Dead. A Snorlax is blocking the way. I'm going to play my flute to get you out of the way so I can go outside.
I'm not playing your flute. No.
Play my flute.
No.
So as you'll see from the fact that we've opened packs, we are at the end of our road for the day. We play in top 8. We play against a young man. I think it's Fabian. I don't know if it's Fabian or Fabian or however he wants to pronounce it. But he's relatively new to our locals, but he's very, very good at the game, actually. He's not intimidated by playing older players. He's not intimidated by playing more seasoned players. He knows his deck well. Yeah, and he got the win, and rightfully so. Game 1, there wasn't much we could do. There was a lot of fucking super polys. He rips them like it's nobody's business. But yeah, one of those where we went to game 3, we were going into time, and there just wasn't anything I could do. It was 1-1 before that, so unfortunately we lost right at the end. So one of those that just went his way, but he played incredibly well, made very few misplays. Game 2, he did make a couple, and those are the ones that cost him the game. But 1 and 3 he did nothing wrong, so very, very good game from him. He went into top 4. I think he just lost in the top 4 at the time of recording. Capote's still playing in the top 4, I think, at the moment. His game hasn't finished, so one of the guys from the team still representing. 2 others got in as well, so we've had a pretty good haul for the day. But that pretty much rounds us off for locals, of course. Results pretty good. Pool's absolutely terrible, as you'll have seen there. So overall, a pretty good day out on the road. Yeah, not much else to really say.